This is ChestertonRadio.com.
And here's the cinnamon bell.
Now we'd better hurry and see about Judy and Jimmy. You remember how the Cockleburg Cowboys, headed by Slim Pickens, rescued the twins, Cinnamon Bear, and the Crazy Quilt Dragon from the awful river of mud. But mud was the least of their troubles. They had no more instructions for getting their silver star back together again. That is, not until Slim Pickens showed them a most magical trick. Taking Judy's little looking glass, he placed it inside his 10-gallon hat, and magico! Queen Melissa appeared just like that, and wrote them a note which said, "Underneath the singing tree, another clue you're sure to see." They learned that the singing tree was somewhere in the Golden Grove, and off they trooped across the Purple Plain until... Indians, yes sirree. And right now our friends are running as fast as they can. They don't dare look back. Goodness knows how many are chasing them, but I must say they're certainly hooping it up.
Faster! We just got to get away from them.
I'm going as fast as I can, Jimmy.
So am I. I feel like I'm getting a stitch in my stuffing.
Hang on to me, my friends. We must outdistance these aborigines.
Gee willikers, look ahead. Cactus. A regular forest of it.
Let's run around it. Hurry!
It's no use. It stretches as far as I can see.
We just got to try to get through. We just got to.
They're right behind us.
Oh, my poor cinnamon hide.
Oh, why, they've stopped. Probably proceeding to surround us and subject us to their power.
Suppose we just don't pay any attention to them. Just be nonchalant.
I'm scared to turn around and look at them.
Gee, I guess they're waiting to spring on us.
I've heard that Indians admire courage. Let us turn and face them as boldly as possible. As I always say, put up a united front.
Right, Crazy Quilt. Come on, everybody. When I count 3, we'll all turn around together. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, my goodness.
Why, it's only one Indian. Bless my stuffing, so it is.
How our fears magnified the number.
Look, he's all made out of wood.
How?
How do you do?
How? You said that before. Can't you be less monotonous?
We better ask him who he is.
Maybe he doesn't speak English.
Me speak plenty good English. Me go college, play football, speak swell English. Yeah, man.
What is your name, my lone aborigine?
Me chief cook and bottle washer.
Bless my stuffing. What an extraordinary name.
When me leave college, catch job in cigar store.
What did you do?
Didn't you ever hear of a cigar store, Indian?
Oh.
Me no like cigar store. Get tired people scratching matches on face. Get tired standing up all day. Lay down on job. Get fired.
Well, my vanishing American, why did you chase us clear across the Purple Plain with your hideous war whoops?
Me like beautiful overcoat.
Overcoat? Oh, what do you mean?
Your overcoat. Blue, green, red.
What?
Me love Indian princess. Many happy returns. Catch 'em cold, go see many happy returns. Knock 'em cold.
Oh, well, I'm sensible of your admiration for my lovely colors, my petrified Hiawatha. But this is not an overcoat that I wear. It is my own hide.
Want 'em just same. Make trade. You give 'em coat, me give you head start.
Bless my stuffing. That's hardly a trade, friend Indian.
I should say not. Poor Crazy Quilt.
I'm sorry, but I could scarcely bring myself to part with my pelt. After all, a Crazy Quilt Dragon without his outside would be nothing.
Gotta have 'em. No give, scalp 'em all over. Yeah, man.
Oh, please, Mr. Indian, don't take Crazy Quilt's beautiful coat away from him. Wait, I'll give you this wonderful magic lunchbox instead. It has cookies and sandwiches and lemonade
No, me wooden Indian. No eat.
Oh, dear. What will we do?
Must have overcoat. Me wear. Chief soap in the eye. No get looking with many happy returns. Give.
Say, Judy, remember how we got away from the Wintergreen Witch by showing her your looking glass? Try that on him.
All right, Jimmy. Mr. Indian, please look at this pretty looking glass. You can see your face in it.
I hardly blame you for saying, As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you said,
Purdy. Me like see face. Make trade. How much cost 'em?
Oh, nothing.
Too much.
I mean, we'll give it to you if you'll just leave the Crazy Quilt Dragon alone.
Yes, my naughty native. That's a fair trade.
Me take too many happy return. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, I was scared for a minute that you'd be a skinned dragon, Crazy Quilt.
As a matter of fact, so was I. I'm very grateful to you, Judy, for saving my hide.
Oh, that's all right, dear Crazy Quilt. But if you'll excuse me, I'm getting awful anxious to find the Golden Grove with the singing tree, like Melissa told us to do.
You bet. And Christmas is getting closer and closer. And we've just got to get the Silver Star mended before we go back home.
Well, the Golden Grove is still a long way off, and we have to get around this mess of cactus first.
I wish we had the airplane which we left at the bottom of Looking Glass Valley.
Well, if we did have it, it wouldn't do us any good, because it'd be too small for Crazy Quilt to get into. And anyway, it had holes in the tank where the stork poked his bill through it.
And we didn't have any more soda pop to run it besides.
Oh, dear.
Would you feel inclined toward a bit of piggyback, Crazy Quilt? I think we might make better time.
Why, I'm just in the mood for piggyback. Hop on, and I'll take you on a personally conducted tour of the Purple Plain.
Hooray! I thought we'd never get here.
Boy, this is sure something.
It's the Golden Grove, or I'm a cinnamon so-and-so.
Couldn't be anything else. Why, these trees are every one just as gold as can be. I never saw anything like it.
My goodness, I touched that one, and it felt just like a real honest-to-goodness tree.
Gee, isn't it funny? They're all just about the same size and shape and everything.
They're laid out like an orchard, aren't they? Stretching as far as I can see.
Even the grass and the moss are a sort of greenish gold.
Well, it's certainly awful pretty. But how are we going to know which one of these trees is the singing tree? They all look alike.
Oh, gee,
what's that?
The Wintergreen Witch.
Judy, the looking glass. Quick, show her the looking glass.
Oh, Jimmy, I can't. I just gave it to the Indian.
Oh, Willikers, I forgot.
Oh, my poor stuffing.
What's that? No looking glass? It's very kind of you to tell me that you no longer have that dreadful looking glass with you.
Oh, dear.
That was the only thing that bothered me. Now, my pretties, it's Wintergreen's turn.
Oh, why do you have to disturb us? We promised to leave the island of Obi, and we did. We haven't done anything to hurt you.
Oh, you haven't, eh? Well, it happens that you've caused me a great deal of trouble. A great deal too much trouble indeed.
What did we do?
No, I'll tell you what you did. Didn't you go to see Melissa?
Sure we did.
And you had the colossal impudence to tell her about meeting me. And what does she do? Just banishes me from the island of Obi. That's all.
I remember Melissa's remark about your practicing unlicensed magic. But surely you realize that you were breaking the law and should be punished.
Oh, indeed. And who is Melissa to make laws for Wintergreen the Witch? That empty-headed little minx? Before she became ruler of Maybeland, I was the ruler of the island of Obi. And now she takes away my magic forest. All my fine captives gone. Just turns me out of my home, that's all.
Oh, goody. I bet Feefo the gentle giant got out of your magic forest.
Yes, he did. And it's all due to you. Melissa just this minute pronounced judgment on me and magic-coded me off the island. But I'll fool her. I'm a better magic maker than she is anyway. You'll see.
Well, what are you going to do?
You'll see, I said. I'll make Melissa sorry that she ever commanded me to leave the island of Obi, never to return.
I can't understand why Melissa let such a dangerous creature run loose in Maybeland.
I'm going to make life pretty miserable for Melissa and the people of Maybeland, and I think I'll begin with you.
With us? You mean, cruel, ugly old witch. You just better not.
What can you do to stop me now? First of all, give me your silver star.
But it's all broken.
Broken in a dozen pieces.
What do you want with a broken star?
I'll make 1,000 stars out of it. Hand it over.
I will not, you old buzzard.
I said hand it over.
Oh, gee willikers. Here it is.
Now, please, will you let us go?
No, my pretties. You're not going to have the chance to interfere with me again, no indeed.
Oh, come now. None of us has any intention of interfering with you, my good woman.
Don't call me a good woman.
A good witch, then.
Don't call me good. I'm wicked, I am. I'm Wintergreen the Witch, and you dare to call me good.
Well, I'm sure I didn't know.
You talk too much, Crazy Quilt Dragon. But you won't much longer.
Oh, dear, I'm so scared, Jimmy.
Oh, don't be scared, Judy.
Yes, maybe she's joking.
Somehow, I don't just think she is.
Oh, dear. I wish Melissa could see this mean old witch trying to make trouble for us again.
Melissa. Melissa can't save you now.
I bet she could if she knew you were making magic when she told you not to.
Perhaps if she knew it. But she doesn't know it. And I'm going to make certain this time you won't do any more talking. I'm going to change you all into...
Into what?
I'm going to change you into bullfrogs.
Bullfrogs?
And you'll be able to do is croak. That's all. Croak. And the sooner you croak, my pretties, the better I like it, eh?
My, that wicked Wintergreen Witch is back again. I thought we'd seen the last of her, but that's the way it is with witches. They pop up when you least expect them. I certainly hope something happens to save our friends, but just between you and me, I can't imagine what it will be.
This is Chesterton Radio, your home for podcasts of works by G.K. Chesterton, plus drama, comedy, mystery, science fiction, big bands, and much more. The soundtrack to your Chesterton day at chestertonradio.com.
Good health to all from Rexall. Yes, it's Sunday, time for the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show, presented by the makers of Rexall Drug Products and your Rexall family druggist. Good evening. This week, we independent Rexall druggists would like to play Santa Claus to all you tired last-minute Christmas shoppers. Our present to you is quick, easy, economical gift buying, without all the rush and worry. Suggestions? Well, there's Caranome, for example. One of America's oldest and most respected lines of beauty aids, and a Rexall exclusive. We have Caranome in delightful gift sets for as low as $2. And on up to a completely fitted traveling case for $50. And believe me, the lady who receives Caranome will never forget the gift or the giver. Then there's Stag, Rexall exclusive, popular toiletries for men. You can buy them individually gift box for as low as 75 cents. Or in handsome combination sets up to $2.98. And here's another big help. Most of us Rexall druggists are prepared to gift wrap your selections, ready either for mailing or the Christmas tree. So if you're faced with some last-minute gift buying, look for the store with the orange and blue Rexall sign in the window. This week, that sign means quick, easy, can't go wrong Christmas shopping. Merry Christmas to all from Rexall. And now your Rexall family druggist brings you the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show, written by Ray Singer and Dick Chevrolet, with Elliot Lewis, Walter Tetley, Robert North, Janine Roos, Ann Whitfield, Walter Sharp and his music, our special guest Jack Benny, and starring Alice Faye and Phil Harris. For weeks, weeks now, the Harris children, like children all over the world, have been thinking of nothing but Christmas and Santa Claus. They've been on their best behavior, and as we look in, we find Alice complimenting the children on their good deportment.
Now, you've been particularly good, Alice, and I'm sure that Santa Claus will bring you lots of presents.
I hope so, Mommy.
And as for you, honey, you've been just as good as Alice. You've been going to bed early, putting your toys away, and eating all your food. The only thing is, you haven't been drinking all your milk.
Well, I try, but you know how that stuff gags me.
Quiet, Phil. I'm talking to little Phyllis. Oh, where is she? She was here a minute ago.
She went in the den, Mommy. I'll go get her. Phyllis, Mommy wants you to... Phyllis, what are you doing with those crayons? I'm going to draw a picture on the wall. Don't do that. You know we got to be good till Christmas. But I've been good for 3 weeks now. Alice, it's an awful strain. I know. But it's only 5 more days. Don't crack up now. You've been so good for so long. I know. But as Daddy always says, it ain't been easy, Clyde. Alice, have you asked Mommy and Daddy about Santa Claus yet? No, but I will.
Children, what's going on in here?
Yeah, what have you two been doing?
Mommy, Daddy, we want to ask a favor. We'd like to stay up and see Santa Claus when he brings the presents on Christmas Eve.
Well, honey, Santa Claus has a lot of other stops to make, and he might get here very late.
Oh,
and he
can't we, Daddy, please?
Well, okay. Now, you kids continue to behave yourselves, and I promise that you'll see Santa on Christmas Eve. Now, run along and play. Go ahead.
Thanks, Daddy. Gee, I can hardly wait for Christmas Eve.
Now, Phil, why did you promise the children that? Now, if they don't see Santa, they'll be very disappointed.
They'll see him. And just to make sure, I'll dress up like Santa and come down the chimney. They won't be able to tell me from the real one.
Daddy!
Yes, dear?
Don't you dress up and make believe you're Santa like last year. Boy, was that corny.
You know something, Alice? I still can't figure out how they knew that it was me last year. What did I do that was wrong?
Well, for one thing, you were supposed to come in singing Jingle Bells.
I did.
Oh, I know, but those lyrics, I can still hear them. Ham, hocks, and turnip greens, they melt right in your mouth. And candy gems and a harmony grits, and that's what I like about the South. Yeah.
And what's wrong with those lyrics?
That isn't the way we sing it up north.
Well, can I help it if you Yankees don't know the right words? It's vanilla, give it to Stan. Yeah. Never did it that way in my life. You don't think I can play St. Nick? We'll have to get somebody else to do it.
Yes, but who?
Well, I'll think of somebody if you'll just let me concentrate. Now, if I think hard enough, something will come out.
Good morning, Philip.
For this, I had to concentrate yet?
Hello, Alice. I just
Hey,
dropped...
Willie, wait a minute. Willie, maybe you can help us. Look, we're trying to think of who we can get to play Santa Claus for the kids on Christmas Eve. Now, we want to get someone who looks and sounds like the real thing.
I know just the man.
Who?
Me. I shall be glad to portray Christopher Kringle.
Christopher. Well, Donner, my Blitzen. Fine Santa Claus you'd make.
I'd make an excellent one. I'm quite an actor, you know. Yes, indeed. I can see myself popping out of the chimney, bounding into the living room and saying, ho, 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 and a Merry Christmas to you, little kiddies. And what do you darlings desire as the Yuletide memento?
Thank you, Tallulah Bankhead. Now, you'll do me a favor. Will you get lost, Index? Go someplace and make a double entry. Check some books. Make some mistakes. Find something.
Well, you don't want me to help you, I won't. No. I have to run along anyway. I have to meet my girlfriend at the taxidermist.
I hope they did a good job on her. Imagine that little squirt playing Santa Claus. He couldn't impress me if he came in with a bag full of sponsors.
Now, look, Phil, he may be small, but he might be all right. I wonder how he'd look in a fluffy white wig and beard.
Like a short beard. Look, Alice, we got to get somebody who's big and fat and who can come... Hey, wait a minute. I got just the guy, Don Wilson.
Oh, Don would be perfect.
Sure.
I'll call him right now and see if he can come over for Christmas Eve.
Oh, swell, honey. Oh, now the kids won't be disappointed. Santa will show up. You know, there's something wonderful about watching a kid on Christmas, waiting for Santa and listening for those jingle bells. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, they're making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Alice Faye was seated by my side. The horse was lean and light, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and we got a shot. Jingle bells over the head, hop, 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 oh, jingle bells, singing merrily we go. Jingle bells, why the snow so cold and crisp and light, jingle all the way tonight. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in an open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Gee whiz, I hope Don can make it. He's going to be terrific as a Santa. Uh-oh, that must be Frankie. Hiya, Curly. Hiya, Frankie. Come on in. Yeah. Hey, look pretty good, Waldo.
Spangler,
What do you got in all them packages?
Christmas presents. Got some things for the kids and Alice. And here's something for you, Curly.
For me? Oh. You got a present for a little old curly-headed me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, Frankie. That's sweet of you. Oh, I don't know what to say.
Well, that's all right, Curly.
But the thought. Oh, Frankie, you know how I appreciate it. It touches me deeply.
But you're going to get sloppy about it. I'll take it. Where's Alice?
Oh, I meant to tell you. She's inside calling Don Wilson. See, the kids want to see Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, so we're asking Don to play it.
Why are you getting Don Wilson to play Santa?
Well, what else am I going to do?
Well, let him stay up and see the real Santa Claus.
Yeah, but I don't know what time he's coming. Can I have that again, Herman?
Yeah. Why don't you let the kids see the real Santa Claus?
You know, you better get some sleep, kid.
So you're another one of those cynics, huh? Wise guy who don't believe.
You do?
Of course. Just because you've never seen him don't mean he's not there. You must realize, Curly, there are some things in life that are inexplicable. There exist certain psychic phenomena that are ethereal and beyond the comprehension of we mere mortals. Don't you agree?
Oh, and indubitably.
Curly, you can take my word for it. The real guy will show up.
Look, will you stop already, Remley? I'm in enough trouble. I'm trying to get a guy, and you're...
All I gotta say is it's a good thing kids have more common sense and faith than some grown-ups, or Christmas wouldn't be much fun. I know that on Christmas Eve, old St. Nick and his reindeer will come flying through the sky.
Yeah. But do you mind if we have somebody stand in case he's grounded by a low fog over Burbank?
All right, scoff if you will. I'll drop over Christmas Eve. Maybe then you'll sing a different tune. Goodbye, infidel.
Poor Remley. He ain't been the same since he switched to buttermilk.
Bill, I called Don, but he can't make it. However, he said he has a lot of active friends, and he'll send one of them over. He said we'd have to pay the actor $10.
So what? It'll be worth $10 to make the kids happy. Hey, honey, did Don say he could get someone positively? You know, this is very important.
Now, Phil, Don promised, so stop worrying. It's still 5 days till Christmas Eve, and if you keep this up, you'll drive yourself batty.
And for 5 days, Phil worried. Now as we look in on the Harris home, it's Christmas Eve. Phil is downstairs trimming the tree and impatiently awaiting the arrival of Santa. Alice is upstairs reassuring the children that he'll be there.
But, Mommy, it's 10 o'clock already and Santa isn't here yet. Gee, Mommy, do you think maybe he isn't coming?
Now, don't fret, girls. Of course he's coming. You better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Making a list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're away. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's been riding with his reindeer in a great big open sleigh, with a great big bag of presents, ready to give them all away. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
There, that's the last ornament. Hey, gee. Looks pretty good, too. Now, if Santa only shows up...
Bill, I was just upstairs with the children. Oh, honey, the tree looks beautiful.
Yeah, ain't it? Hey, Alice, how are the kids? Are they impatient?
Oh, they'll be all right.
Hello. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Frankie.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Hey, Frankie. What do you got there?
Milk and cookies for Santa Claus. I put them on the mantle for him every year.
Milk and cookies?
Yeah. I just put them here over the fireplace. Hey, where are the kids?
Oh, they're upstairs waiting for Santa.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for him, too. When's the guy going to show up? It's after 10 already.
I'll be patient, Curly. He's got a long trip from the North Pole. Besides, his reindeer ain't as young as they used to be.
Oh, keep quiet, will you? By paying the guy $10, you'd think he'd get here on time.
The subterfuge is also unnecessary.
Uh-oh, there it is. I bet that's Santa Claus now. I'll let him in.
I'll go with you, honey.
Okay. Well, Merry Christmas, Santa Claus. Hello, Santa Claus. Oh, Merry Christmas, and where's my $10?
Come on in, Jack.
Hey, Jackson, what are you doing here?
Well, Don Wilson happened to mention that you were in the market for Santa Claus and you were paying $10. So I thought that
Jackson, since when do you have to go around playing Santa Claus for money?
Phil, please, I'm not doing it just for the money. There are other reasons. I mean, I'm doing it because, there's, not to mention... Oh, I could go on naming reasons like that all... Oh, hello, Frankie. Merry Christmas.
Don't Merry Christmas me, you imposter, you. A fine-looking Santa Claus.
I think I look charming.
Charming, he said. Where'd you get that messy red suit? It's got spots all over it.
I rented it. The Santa Claus had it last year was a sloppy eater. Phil, how do you think I look? Like a bloodshot leopard.
I think you look ridiculous. Get a load of that white beard. Where'd you rent that moth-eaten thing?
Oh, that I didn't rent. I was playing gin rummy with Monty Woolley, and I won it. Of course, if you people don't like me as Santa Claus...
Oh, pay no attention to these two, Jack. I think you make a wonderful Santa Claus, and you're worth what we're paying you. Phil, give Jack the $10.
Okay. Here you are, Jackson. Thanks.
Little Phyllis will get a kick out of it. I'll go call Little Phyllis, and Jack, try to convince her you're really Santa Claus, huh?
Little Phyllis? Phil, I thought I was doing this for your benefit. I mean, if it's for Little Phyllis, I wouldn't think of taking money.
No, it's okay, Jackson. A deal's a deal.
Phil, please don't embarrass
But
me.
Jackson...
But if it's for the kid, I wouldn't think of taking the $10.
Well, if you insist...
$7.50 is plenty. What kind of a heel do you think I am? Now, Phil...
Mighty sweet of you, Jackson, to play Santa Claus for my two kids.
Two kids? See, $7.50 each. Nah, I can't take it. I can't take any money at all for this. Tell you what, Phil, if you wanna, you can buy me a little something for Christmas.
Like what?
Anything that Alice can afford. I don't care.
Okay, but now look, Jackson, it's up to you to make the kids think that you're Santa.
This impersonation is preposterous. Santa Claus won't like this. Besides, you'll never be able to fool the kids.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, wait a minute now, Jackson. It'd be awful if you don't. If there was only some kid we could try it out on just to see if we can't...
Hey, where are you? I've done something for you.
Uh-oh, that's Julius. Hey, everybody, that's Julius. That's just the kid we need. Come on in here, Julius. Right in here. We're in here. Now, look, if you can fool him, Jackson, you can fool any kid.
Don't worry, Phil. I'll just sit in this chair and you watch his reaction when he sees me.
Okay, Dad. I certainly hope...
Mr. Harris, I come up. Hey, Mr. Harris, don't you feel a little chilly?
No, why?
You left your red flannels lying on a chair.
I'm not red flannel. Don't you recognize me, Sonny?
You look familiar.
Well, I'll give you a hint. I'm that jolly old man with the white beard.
Well, if it ain't Gabby Hay.
Julius, he ain't Gabby Hayes. What's the matter with you? Don't you recognize Santa Claus when you see him?
This is Santa Claus?
That's right, son. I'm old St. Nick, Gabby Nick.
Do this to us little kids. In the name of juvenile humanity, I protest this flagrant disregard.
Oh, shut up! Now sit in my lap and tell me what you want for Christmas, or I'll break every bone in your precious little body.
Gabby Hay.
Get away from me, you imposter, you! You're nothing but a fish!
I am not.
Oh, no? What would I find if I lifted up that white wig?
A brown one.
I thought so. Wait till I see the real Santa tonight. He ain't gonna like it when I tell him he's being impersonated by some bald-headed schnook.
There goes a cute little child. He has all the charm of live bait.
I told you can't fool kids.
Oh, kids. You can't class him as a kid. He's a wise guy. Besides, he's older than my kids, and when the girls come down, they won't know the difference. Jackson looks old enough to be...
Come on, children. He's right in here. Well, there he is.
Gee, Santa Claus. Hello, Santa.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas and hello again. This is Santa Claus talking. Come here, children, and tell me how you like old Santa.
We like you fine, Santa. You're just like we pictured you. Yes, but, Santa...
What is it, my child?
you look awfully old.
Ho, ho, ho. I am, little girl. After all, I'm Santa Claus, and I lived for hundreds and hundreds of years.
How old are you?
39. Well, old Santa has to be going now. Here are your toys, girls.
Thank you, Santa. Yeah, thanks.
Well, I'll be seeing you next year. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Up, Dancer, up, Prancer, up, Donner, and Blitzen. Ho, 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 and away.
The big ham.
Well, children, what did you think of Santa Claus?
I liked him, but I was a little disappointed.
Why?
I expected him to take out his violin and play Lovin' Blue.
You mean you kids knew it was Mr. Benny?
Sure. But we didn't want to say anything and hurt its feelings. Daddy, when is the real Santa coming?
Well, you see, honey,
He'll be here soon, kid.
Oh, thank you. Look, kids, he may get here too late. So I'll tell you what, I'll tell you a Christmas story, and then you run off to bed, huh?
Well, all right, Daddy. But we wanted so much to see him.
I know you did, and maybe you'll see him next year. Now, look, sit on my lap, and I'll tell you a beautiful Christmas story. You ready? It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would... I thought I heard sleigh bells. No. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced through their heads. Alice, what are those bells? What's that? Quiet, Shirley.
Alice, look in the fireplace. It's Santa Claus. The real one.
But Merry Christmas, Santa.
Frankie, who are you talking to? I don't see anybody.
The kids do. Look at him.
Gee, Santa, we knew you'd come. You couldn't fool us with any make-believe Santa Claus. We were waiting just for you. Oh, sure, we've been very good girls. Oh, what a lovely dollhouse. Thank you. And all these things are for me. Can I open them now? All right, Santa, we'll wait till morning. Thank you very much. And a Merry Christmas to you too, Santa. Of course, we'll tell them. Merry Christmas and goodbye, Santa Claus.
I told you you'd show up, Curly.
But Frankie, I don't get it. I heard it, but I didn't see him.
Of course you do. He sure is nice looking, old Jim.
Alice, did you see him?
I'm not sure, Phil. I almost thought I saw him standing by the fireplace.
But Alice, how could it be? If he was standing there by...
Phil, what are you staring at?
The mantel. Alice. The milk. And cookies. They're gone. The first Noel, the angels did sing.
Phil and Alice will be back in just a moment. But now, here's your Rexall family druggist speaking as another stand-in for Santa Claus.
Yes, friends, there are 10,000 such stand-ins for Santa this week. 10,000 independent Rexall druggists who are ready, willing, and able to take the rush and worry out of your last-minute Christmas shopping. You see, we've seen to it that our stores are filled with beautiful, distinctive, sure-to-please gifts. For the home, for the children, for the entire family. Gifts it's a pleasure to choose, economical to buy. So look for the store with the orange and blue Rexall sign in the window. This week, it's headquarters for quick, easy, last-minute Christmas shopping.
Merry Christmas to all from Rexall.
Phyllis, Alice. Look, children, Santa said something to you, and you said, yes, we'll tell him. What did he say?
He told us to be sure and wish you and Mommy a Merry Christmas.
Now, wasn't that sweet of him? Now, girls, you're all tucked in. You've seen Santa, and you have what you want. So go right to sleep. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, babies.
Daddy,
Yes, dear?
can I have a drink of water?
Go to sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Phil Harris. The Rexall Drug Company, Alice and I, and our entire cast want to thank you so much for listening to our show and wish you the best Christmas you've ever had.
Merry Christmas, folks.
And our grateful thanks to our pal, Jack Benny, for being with us. Thank you, Jackson. Good night,
Christmas
everybody.
seals you buy once a year will help protect you from tuberculosis all the year. Use Christmas seals generously. This is Bill Foreman wishing good health to all from
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Don't turn that dial. This is the right station if you want to hear about Jonathan Thomas and his Christmas on the Moon. There are travelers three who are strong and brave, who have given their promise that they will save poor Santa Claus and bring him back and help him on with his toy sack. You know who the travelers are, of course? It's the Man in the Moon and Gorgonzola the horse and Jonathan Thomas. He's the good little boy who's got to find Santa or there won't be a toy. Because the Squeeboblium stole Santa away, and he's got to be rescued before Christmas Day. They really have had the awfulest time. Their task is not easy, and I'm glad it's not mine. They're far on the road to Squeeboblium land, and if they ever get there, it'll be pretty grand. But you know, they've been bothered a lot by a witch who rules o'er the land of Rumpelstitch. She's brewed her magic to make a bad spell, and everyone knows it's worked quite well. That is, until the good fairy queen came along and spoiled her terrible scheme. Oh, she's helped them a lot, because she's wise. She's kept them safe from the dragon's eyes. And in a nightmare forest so dark and deep, where the witch made Jonathan Thomas fall to sleep, she woke him up with a magic charm. I'm sure she won't let them come to harm. Well, as they journeyed along, right on their path, they met a lion who was so filled with wrath he hated to be told that he was lion. And he said if they called him that, he'd bite off their head. So they called him Ojigrath. And he shook his mane and said, "That's better. I like that name." And he asked them to dine with a very broad smile. So they dined with the lion and rested a while. Then he gave them a gift. It was a box full of growls to frighten the witch and give her the howls. But soon they thanked him and wished him good day. And then they met the Elf King by the side of the way. Just then the old witch flew up on her broom. She come for the Elf King. It looked like his doom. But they opened the box and let out a growl, and the witch flew away with a terrible howl. Of course, the Elf King was glad, and he gave them a key. He said, "It's a present to you from me. In the wall of doors it will open the way, that you'll find the right door, I'll hope and pray." Well, they found the wall that was ever so long, but the door they went through was the door that was wrong. They're in Looking-Glass Land, And strange it may seem, they're now on their way to meet Alice, the Queen. Umbledy, mumbledy, quickly speak, and say your say, my little squeak.
I'm not a little squeak, if you please. I'm Jonathan Thomas. That's who I am.
Of course. But that's much worse than squeak, which I think much better. It's easy to say, most anyway, and it rhymes with any old letter.
My gracious sakes to goodness, stop this fiddle-faddle and state the facts.
Well, if it's facts you want, it's facts you get. The desert is dry, and the sea is wet. Mountains are high, and valleys are low. It's impossible to hurry, and yet go slow. Goodness! In the year of 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. In 1776, Paul Revere was up to some tricks.
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm stating facts. That's what you said, and I'm getting them all right out of my head. In 1513, Mr. Balboa discovered the blue Pacific shower. Finding my mind a little bit worn, I can't think of the date that I was born.
Oh, stop it, before I go crazy. We didn't come here to listen to dates. We want to see Queen Alice.
Yes, we want to see Queen Alice.
And why didn't you say so before you spoke? Instead of standing there attempting to joke, just follow your nose right down this hall till you come to the room where she's holding a ball, and you'll find a guard, and just give him your card, and wait till you're invited in. And try your might to be polite, for if you don't, it'll be a sin.
Well, now, that's more like it.
Yes, sir. And thank you, please, Mr. Mad Hatter.
You're welcome, of course. That's what I say. But if you don't have to go, then why don't you stay?
Oh, look, Mr. Man in the Moon.
Goodness gracious to Jiminy Cricket. What was that?
Yes, what was that?
Well, upon my word, it's only a bird. No reason to be alarmed.
Oh, look, Mr. Man in the Moon, it is a bird. But it's flying backward.
My gracious. Who ever heard of a bird flying backwards?
He's the Jabberwocky bird. And you can take my word, flying backwards is his style. He flies very slow, even slower than you go. About 25 hours to the mile.
Goodness. But why does he fly backwards?
Well, it's all in the knowing. He doesn't care where he's going. He just wants to see where he's been.
Oh, well, that's the funniest kind of a bird I ever heard of.
We better hurry, Jonathan Thomas, if we're going to see the Queen.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, goodbye, Mr. Mad Hatter. Maybe we'll see you again very soon.
That's just fine. Maybe we could dine on oyster shells and sand. And for an extra treat, we'll have spinach with the meat. Just to think if it makes me feel so grand to think of that. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Oh, Jiminy G, my gracious.
Oh, wonder why they call him the Mad Hatter, Mr. Man in the Moon. 'Cause he's as nice can be. And he doesn't look mad to me.
Of course not, Jonathan Thomas. Nobody can ever look mad. They have to act mad. And then they should be on a stage because that's the only place to act.
Oh.
There's the door, Jonathan Thomas, but I don't see any guard.
Maybe he's inside, having a good time at the Queen's party.
You're probably right, by Jiminy Cricket. So I guess we'd better knock and see if anybody answers. Go ahead, Jonathan Thomas. Knock on the door.
All right.
My goodness to gracious.
Somebody said come in, so I guess we'd better, don't you think, if you please?
That's just what we'll do.
Hi-ho,
hi-ho, welcome to Looking Glass Land. We're happy to see that you've come for tea. Welcome to Looking Glass Land.
Do they mean us, Mr. Man in the Moon?
I guess they must. They're all looking at us.
How do you do? And if I were you, which I'm not, as everyone knows, I'd bow as low as you can go. And this is the way it goes. Your Majesty, Alice, what a beautiful palace. And I'm glad you're looking well. It's quite a treat to meet a queen, even more than I can tell.
You mean I'm supposed to say that, if you please?
Of course you are. So go ahead. But if you don't, you'll lose your head.
But I can't remember what you said.
You don't have to remember. Just speak the verse. That's very simple. It could be much worse.
But I don't know the verse, if you please.
Then what do you know? If you don't know something, you'll have to go. You can't meet a queen if you're going to be mean.
But I'm not mean. I just don't know the word.
Oh, you'd better go.
Wait, Prime Minister. It is my royal command that Master Jonathan Thomas and the Man in the Moon be allowed to stay.
But, Your Majesty, you plainly heard the foolish boy doesn't know a word.
Well, then give him time to learn.
Oh, thank you very much, if you please. Are you Queen Alice?
Why, yes, of course. And I'm glad you came. We've been waiting a long, long time for you, you know.
You have?
Well, what do you know about that?
I know a great deal about that. And a lot of other things, too.
But how in the world could you wait for us if you didn't know we were coming?
Why, it's very simple, of course. I just remembered it.
You mean you remembered that we were coming?
Why, yes.
But how could you remember we were coming? You didn't know that we were coming because we didn't even know it ourselves till we got here.
Of course.
But then how could you remember, if you please, Your Majesty?
In Looking Glass Land, Master Jonathan Thomas, we always remember things before they happen. It's very convenient, you know.
Oh.
And you're just in time for tea, following which I and my Prime Minister will tell you a secret.
Oh, that would be nice, if you please, Your Majesty. What is the secret?
If I told you now, it wouldn't be a secret, would it? But I can give you a hint.
What, please?
I'm going to help you rescue Santa Claus in plenty of time for Christmas.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Your Majesty.
Oh, but first we must have our party. So bring on the bread and butter and sugar and strike up the music and let everyone be gay. For this is the court of Alice, of Alice, of Alice, and this is my very royal palace. So dance and sing and have fun. We'll make lots of cheer for Christmas this year, so join in the fun, everyone.
Well, what do you know about that? Jonathan Thomas and the Man in the Moon having a party at the palace of good Queen Alice. And what's this about a secret to rescue Santa Claus? I wonder whatever can it be. But I just guess we'll have to wait and find out in the next story of Jonathan Thomas and his Christmas on the Moon, won't we? So don't forget to listen. I won't.
This is Chesterton Radio, the true, good, and beautiful at chestertonradio.com.
For almost 2 centuries, Americans have enjoyed the valuable privileges of freedom. Now, freedom needs each American to dedicate himself to its preservation. We must not allow our liberties to be endangered by neglect of our duties as citizens. During this year of rededication, join with your fellow Americans in reaffirming the principles on which this country is founded and the safeguarding of those principles. Make it your business to see that federal, state, and local governments are conducted honestly. Help to maintain the good morale of your sons and daughters in the armed forces. Learn the facts about all candidates and issues. Then vote for the one you believe in. Make the most of every minute on your job. Produce as much as you can, and thus increase our military and economic strength. Work for better schools and a better community. Guard your American heritage of freedom. It needs you.
You are listening to Chesterton Radio at chestertonradio.com.